The existing group was up and we came into it. What I love the idea is that you're not exactly sure where it's going to go, and they keep following it in real time. So are they actually going to solve it or not solve it? All of those things are all open-ended, and I think it's an interesting, it's an interesting look into these group of people down in Louisiana in this small town, and how these few cops function with one another and trying to unravel the puzzle of it all. And I think it's done in a very, very interesting manner. It's always hard to describe the style of something, but I thought it's very, very well put together. And I thought the idea that we don't know where it's going to go is a great idea. So we didn't initiate the idea. Tom and I got involved in it.
What do you make of the recent popularity of this kind of true crime storytelling, like with Serial and NPR? I mean, what do you make of all of that?
Well, I think it's a product of the mobility of a camera. It's like the invention of that you could be that mobile, and untethered, and you don't need all the lights and the things and the whatever, and you can just run with something, that was once reserved for, some of the guys, Penny Baker and etc. that were doing some things way back then. You're seeing that with this little camera, you can start to follow interesting stories, and it opens up the genre that I think we're starting to see, and we'll probably see more of. In the end of the day, for me, it's always characters. Those characters in the killing fields are fascinating. Rhodey is a fascinating character. His partner is a great character. They're interesting characters. So I don't mind watching them. Whether they resolve the case or not, that's not the end all. It's the journey. And so it's the character. And Shades of Blue, I think the same thing. So you say, all right, you take J-Lo, and you say, all right, you have this female cop who's conflicted, and she's trying to raise a daughter, and she's ultimately, they got dirty dealings going on in terms of money, except that in one hand they're sort of honorable, in the other hand they're mixed into aspects of it. What's the morality of it? What are the shades of blue? Of it all. And so you go, well, that's intriguing, And so that was its inception. And you go, well, that's worthwhile. And can we do this in a network situation and still not feel like we had to tweak it and, you might say like networkized or something. You still want to hold on to a bit of edginess and let it be character driven. At the same time, you want to have certainly a good story. So they're very different pieces. And but I've never been that sort of single-minded that I want to work in this. I go whatever interests me, and in the television stuff, what Tom and I might want to pursue.
What's it been like working with Jennifer Lopez on that?
She was great. She's so professional. She's talented, but she's professional, and that, for all the things that she's doing, when she comes to the set, it's not like, so where am I? What am I? She's got it all down. It's like she's been thinking about it, working on it, so therefore you just step into it and then you begin to play. And she's open enough, because sometimes organized people are organized, but then they can't do other things. They can only do this, but she can, and you can play around with her, and you can get different moments and explore them and open that up. So she's very much in the moment, but there's never a situation like where she's not prepared.